What's going on, everybody? Tim here, back with another live stream. I'm accompanied as ever by Gratitude Gorilla, and we are here today first and foremost to say hello. How you doing? Come on in. Wipe your feet. Leave your shoes on. Take your shoes off. It's up to you, but leave the door open so someone else can come in behind you. Secondly, I want to say it's time to break free from the hive mind. We are not Borg. We're going to talk about it. First, let's let a few people get in. We already got Lonely Girl TV checking in. It's good to see you. Two in a row. I'm happy. It's good to see you. We got Healing Daily. It's about 20 in a row, 25 in a row. Reporting from Hell. How you doing? Allison T, Memphis in the building. Tiffy Taffy, Minneapolis. Are you from Minneapolis? Reporting from Hell. So is Minneapolis hell or is I'm asking because I'm trying to go there. Jeb Empires, how you doing? We got CJ Johnson, Daniel. Yeah, Wayward Ward, we here. I don't know if I like Wayward Ward. I don't know what that's giving. I don't know if that's giving what I want it to give. I'll take it. Ty got the notification. Glad to hear that. A lot of people have been saying they haven't been getting the notifications, so it's good to hear someone got it. Now, if we can just figure out, who YouTube gives it to and why. Yeah, you see Gratitude Gorilla? I literally had almost forgotten. I was like, let me get them out the suitcase. Put them right there on deck. What up, Seth? Milwaukee in the building? Okay. Giselle, I'm good. Can't complain. We got Chew in the building. John G. Gratitude always in the building. Oh, abundance of gratitude always in the building. We here. Hello, you doing, Charles? We're all in hell. I respect your opinion. I disagree. This is heaven. You know what I mean? I spend my days in heavenly places. Some days be a little but I spend my days in heavenly places. So Matt, how you doing? Happy to join this one. Glad you can make this one. You missed the last two. We won't hold that against you though, for too long. You stay in this stream for a while. We'll forget that. We erase the debt. What up, South Carolina? All right, Johnny. Okay, everybody saying where they're from. All right, this is new. You like the community post? Good, thank you, Kevin. We got 4 more coming this week. I've already did all the posts for the week and started on next week. So we're here. We're back. We got some work we already hit 50 people. So let's get into it. I think one of the things that the powers that be, they do is it's just natural within a culture for people to think along the same lines. But I think it's really been ramped up. I think things like the radio, television, movies, social media now, I think the hive mind or the ideal that there's only one right way, one right course is worse than ever. I see it a lot here on the internet. There's certain things I know if I say, I can already tell you what someone's going to comment and say back. I already know. Just because you start to see patterns of ways people think, different thoughts, different beliefs. And it's this Borg-like hive mind. You know why the Borg on Star Trek was one of the best villains ever? Is because there's a ring of truth to it. It's the same reason The Matrix is such a good movie. There's truth to it, And a lot of us go through society in this Borg-like state where you're just dressing like everybody else, living like everybody else, talking like everybody else, eating like everybody else. Instead of deciding for ourselves what we want to do, we look at what's the newest trend on IG. What's everybody doing on TikTok? And we start doing it. We dress, I saw this thing. And there's nothing wrong with emulating other people or, taking stuff from other people. But it's just, you just start to see everybody doing the same thing. It's a bunch of self-centered clones. It's ironic that we've never had a time where people are more self-centered in a negative way, but still they're all doing the same thing. Everybody's out here thinking they're the ish, but they're all doing the same thing. Right? Never been more people who thought they were something special, but yet everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's thinking the same way. I give you a perfect example of this. In the United States of America, over 300 million people, there's 2 political parties that ever are in the running. This doesn't strike anybody else as something's wrong here. Something, you know what I mean? That's very hive mindish. 300 million people, all these different beliefs, you would imagine 2 political parties. These are the types of things I'm talking about. Like, you have to ask yourself, how did these things happen? Things like that happen, and we're not getting into politics, but things like that happen because everybody's acting, talking, believing the same way, watching the same programs, listening to the same stuff. Like, we're all just doing the same stuff. And then we wonder, and this is the point of this, we wonder why we're not happy. We wonder why we're not feeling fulfilled. We wonder why we think like life sucks. It's because we're not doing what we want to be doing. We're not doing the things that would make us, you, I, happy. That's the whole point. If everybody wants to do what everybody else is doing and it's making everybody happy, I'd be all for it. I'm like, plug me into the Borg machine, the Borcubator, the Borg incubator, the Borcubator, plug me in. If all of us doing the same thing would make all of us happy, I'm trying to do it. But it's not making us happy. It's not. And what do people do? They just double down on like the hive mind. Well, maybe, or they blame, like, it's I should say hive minds, because it's almost like, there's two or three. There has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So like you can blame the other side. You got to have enough side. Everybody can't just be plugged into the same mind, because then you can't sow the division you need as well. It's like we want everyone to think the same way, but with slight variation so they can all hate each other. So we just double down on our little segment of the hive mind. We're better than them. It's their fault. Instead of just being like, I'm going to unplug from the whole thing and just do me. What happened to that? What happened to us being like, I'm just going to unplug from the whole thing and I'm just going to do me as much as possible? If there's still some areas where I got to do, the societal stuff, cool. But in the areas I don't, I'm just going to do me. I'm going to dress how I want to dress. I'm going to, here's a big one, believe what I want to believe. You know what? I'm going to actually take the time to figure out what I believe. This is a big one. So often, so many people, and I know this because like when I have discussions or debates with people about their beliefs, or they start by like debating me. And so when you ask them about their beliefs, they have no clue why they believe what they believe. If you get into a discussion with the average person about their beliefs, they have no clue why they believe it. All they can do is just parrot back the same sound bites that pastor, mom, dad, whatever told them. They will try to defend their belief, but they have no clue why they believe it. You know how powerful it is if you take the time to figure out like what you actually believe in, and then you figure out why you believe it, and you can defend the belief if you feel like it. Honestly, like when you know why you believe what you believe, you don't even have to defend it. It's funny how once you really get locked in on your actual beliefs, how much less you feel the need to defend it. But when you just believe it because everybody tells you to believe it, because that's the right thing, it's very important that everybody else believe it too. I don't care what anybody believes. We can talk about what I believe and I can defend it, but like, it's not important you believe it. I just want you to believe what you believe because you want to believe it. Instead of just like mindlessly saying the same thing everybody else says whenever certain stimulus come up. It's crazy. I don't know. I just look around and it seems like everybody's just doing the same thing, but nobody's happy. I'm like, well, let's switch it up. Good news, if you're unhappy, that's the perfect time to try something new. Right? If you're happy, you're a little nervous to try something new. You don't want to mess that happiness up. But if you're unhappy, it's the perfect time to try something new. Worst case scenario, you stay unhappy. You was already there. Right? Right? If you lost, it's the perfect time to try to get unlost. Worst case scenario, you stay lost. But you was already lost. Take a side road, U-turn, whatever. You already lost. All you can do is stay lost. You can't get loster. Right? So like, if you're unhappy now, that's the perfect time to try something new. Switch it up. But we just like double down, or we get angry at the happy people. We hear some phrase like, toxic positivity or some other craziness, and we suddenly that becomes our mantra. Are you actually that happy? Are you not? Define happy. All this other craziness. Like, no, just get happy, bro. Hey, Clint Perry, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the love. Happy is also heavy, correct? I don't know what you're asking there. I don't know what you mean by heavy. If you want happy to be heavy, sure, it's heavy. Happy is as heavy as you want it to be, or as light as you want it to be. I don't know. Could you elaborate there, Clint? I don't know what you mean. We're not Borg. We're not half human, half machine. Like, we don't have to, like, our existence doesn't depend on staying 100% like hooked into society and doing everything the right way. Newsflash, there is no right way. This is where we run into problems, when we're trying to find the right way. When we're trying to find the right way, there is no right way. There is no universally right way. There's only what works for you, what feels good to you. I've stopped trying to make the right decision. I try to make good decisions. There's no right decision. How will you ever know if it was wrong? You know what I mean? Just try to make good decisions. Just try to pick a good path. Do the things in life, even if nobody else is doing it, that feels right to you, feels good to you. You ever notice how happy, like, eccentric people seem? I didn't say crazy. Like, eccentric people. You know that one aunt you have who just does her own thing. You only go visit her once a year when you was kids because her and your mama don't get along. I was like, you know, Aunt Denise. You never notice how happy she was? Her and her 18 cats, and the balls of wool and yarn, and the eucalyptus trees. You know what I mean? You ever notice how happy eccentric people seem? Those people who march to the beat of their own drum, just kind of do what they do. They don't ever seem to be like moping around. They're always just doing. Did you ever notice the joy they get out of the little simple stuff they like? We out here trying to do it the right way, depressed. No joy. doing like, you know what I mean? Hey, Clint, coming through again. Oh, it said it could be a challenge any road you take. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Clint. There will be challenges any road you take in life. Yes. That's bottom level. You know what I mean? Like, that's foundational in life. You will have challenges. Here's the thing, though. I would much rather be happy and face challenges than be depressed and face challenges. That's all I'm saying. And once again, it seems it's interesting to me that whenever you bring up happiness, there's always a slight, like, pushback. And people want to be like, wait a second, don't talk too much about happiness. There's bad too. It's like, yes, we've established. That's what most of the internet is about these days, is the negative. We've established there's problems. You know, we've established we're going through some interesting times. I'm just saying, if I have to go through some interesting times, I want to be happy. I want to be happy in the good times, the bad times, the times, the times, you know? So, like, I'm not saying that you can get in a state where, like, you're happy all the time. I'm saying you can get in a state where you're happier than you are now. And I think we all want that. Who wants more happiness? Who wants more peace? Who wants more contentment? Who wants more love? You know what I mean? Like, all the good stuff. It's okay. It's okay to just say we can have more of the good stuff. See how weird that feels? The programming. Whenever we start talking about this good stuff, we immediately start talking about the negative. That Timmy, you gave me that. No, we can just take a minute. It's an abundant universe. We can have more happiness, more love, more joy, more peace, more money, more sex, all that. All the good stuff we want, we can have more of it. It's okay to, you know what I mean? It's okay to accept that. We have a hard time accepting it. That's part of that hive mind. Oh, we got some love coming in. Thank you, Alvin. Super Chat Squad, Alvin Anthony. Thank you. Let me give you a like on that. Say, hey, Tim, I noticed that YouTube would record how much each YouTuber make a month. I do not like that. What is your opinion? I don't know. YouTube records how much each YouTuber makes a month. Weird. I've never seen. I mean, obviously YouTube knows, but and I've seen websites like Social Blade that estimate. But I don't know. YouTube had a place where they published how much people make. My opinion, Like, I don't think they have a place that does it accurately. So, maybe they do. Is that something new? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what exactly you're talking about, Alvin. And then we got Chuck coming through. Chuck Cleveland Pass. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you. Chuck Cleveland Pass. Thank you. So I have a belief, Tim, and is that you should have some chicken wings on me. Thank you. Actually, I got wings in there for dinner. So appreciate that. Love the timing of these streams as I need something to listen to while I'm working. Hope all is well. I am good. I'm feeling very blessed, very grateful. I appreciate the love and support from you, other members of the Super Chat Squad. So thank you. I got wings in there right now. Got wings in there already. So, I appreciate you buying those for me. Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Alvin, if you got a follow-up to that, let me know, because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. But yes, I think a lot of the stuff I've noticed over the years is because being on YouTube and seeing people comment the same responses over and over again, you start to be like, oh, it's not like when you're just talking to a couple of your friends and they have an opinion. But it's like, yeah, when hundreds of people say the same thing on the same video over the course of like 2 years, you're like, oh, wait, something's going on here. And then it's like, well, why are we all saying the same thing? Does everyone who's saying that actually believe it, or do they think that's what you say in this situation? Has the programming got them in a position where, like, when someone says this, they're prompted to say that? But as always, the important thing is, like, most of those people, I've noticed, most of those people who were just, regurgitating the same viewpoints and beliefs and talking points that they've heard for their whole life also tend to be like the ones struggling. And I'm like, hey, it seems like the people I know that kind of are doing their own thing, kind of going their own way. That wasn't a MGTOW quote. I'm using that, the people who just kind of like decided what they wanted to do in this life and are trying to do it, they just seem like they get more out of this life thing. And it's kind of like, so what if other people don't understand it? Like, so what if other people don't get it? So what if, like, people look down on you? Like, who are they? Other people's opinion of us isn't any of our business. It don't have nothing to do with us. It's their opinion. Of course they're going to have that opinion. They're still hooked up to the Borg. They're still part of the hive mind. The hive mind says you can't do that. The hive mind says these are the steps. These are the blueprints. Follow it every step of the way. There's nowhere in the hive mind blueprint that says, hey, at 36 years old, if you decide you've had enough and you just want to pull out of it and do something crazy, totally different, do it. That's no, that's not in there. That's not in the blueprint. That's not in the blueprint. They burned that blueprint. It's in the blueprint. At 36, you got 30 more years to work. 36, you just should be getting your foot in the door of middle management and really starting to work your way up. You got 30 more years of this. You can't be checking out now. Go live in a van in a rainforest. You can't do that. You can't check out now and go start a business, a little fruit stand down in Florida. You can't do that. And if that's what people have heard their entire life, of course they're going to, jump on you when you do it. Not to mention, there's the added kind of nudging and poking they're getting from the part of them that knows they really want to do it too, but like they feel guilty. Like a lot of people feel guilty even acknowledging that they don't want to follow the blueprint. They follow it because they've been programmed to follow it, but deep down inside, there's that little part of them, that hasn't been totally programmed. That's like, ooh, I want to do something different too. And we feel guilty even having those thoughts. And I think that's why people lash out, because they're like low-key jealous, and then they also feel guilty that they kind of feel the same way too. But it's like, oh, that's not being responsible. That's not being an adult. What's wrong with me? I want to live my life. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? I don't know. It's like we've created this interesting society I part of me is like surprised we've kept it together as well as we have. But I believe in the human race. I believe in humanity. I think more and more people are starting to wake up. I think the younger generations are, going against it. But that's makes sense because there's been enough time passed, I think, for them to be able to see it doesn't work. It's not working. I know my generation seemed like a lot of this stuff was still working. Seemed like it worked. If someone says, hey, this is the blueprint to how to build a desk, and they show you a desk that looks sturdy and well built, you take that blueprint. Oh, dad built that desk based on this blueprint. I want to build a desk. I'm going to take it, use the same blueprint. But the kids now, they looking at the desk, it's all beat up, it's followed up. They're like, I'm not using that blueprint, bro. It didn't build up nothing I want to build. And, I think this is what always happens. Things get out of whack, things get weird, things get crazy. And then, balance gets restored. So I do think we're starting to come into that balance restoring period. And I want to play my part, to help get that balance restored because it's crazy out there. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of people, and this is no judging anybody. Once again, for me, it all comes back to I just want everybody to do what they genuinely want to do. What they genuinely want to do. And that's even while you're still doing the things like you kind of have to do at the moment. In every other aspect of your life, you could be doing what you want to do. Because whenever I say stuff like this, people are like, but you don't understand, Tim, I have to work a job. I got kids, I got bills. I'm like, okay, cool. We're not even talking about that yet. We're not talking about the big stuff. We're not talking about work right now. I'm talking about the little stuff. Why is it that even though deep down inside, you want to wear like bright colors and crazy outfits, but you don't? This is an example. The way we dress, a big reflection of like who one of the best ways to show who we actually are, show our vibe, show our energy, show our spirit. And I'm guilty of it too. We just walk around wearing the same stuff everybody else wears. Y'all know me. I love my Hawaiian shirts. Why don't I have a closet full of Hawaiian shirts and my Gratitude Real shirt? Why don't I have a closet of them? Part of that is because I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm guilty of it too. I'm like, well, I don't know if I wear shirts like that, people might look at me funny. But see, it's hive mind. Why do I care? I'm starting to care less and less each passing day. Y'all gonna look up and I'm gonna be Hawaiian shirt Timmy again, HST. I'm already two suitcase Timmy. I'm about to get to be a Hawaiian shirt Timmy. I'm unplugging more and more. We're gonna start unplugging more and more. Trying to get to my joy. There's a book I want to read soon as I can get it, called 4,000 Weeks. And it's that thing about like if you live to be 80 something or whatever, you only have 4,000 weeks. And then there's that little graph where you can, every week you mark it like a circle off and it shows you exactly how many weeks you got left. I probably got 2,000 weeks, maybe 1,500 weeks. I'm trying to live. I don't like the idea of living in a free country for now, and having free will and knowing some things that I think I could do that would make me free or freer and not doing them. I don't like the idea of on my deathbed looking back and realizing there was so many other things I wanted to do and I could have done, or I could have at least started doing, and I did not do them on what might be my one chance as a human being on this planet. I did not do them because other people had told me not to do them. And these weren't people that had power over me. These weren't people that had physical authority over me. These people didn't have me physically enchained. They were just regular people, just like me, who just said, oh, we don't do that. So I didn't do it. I can't be that guy. I can't be that guy. If there's some things I just physically can't do. Okay, But the things I can do that I really want to do, and I have the opportunity to do them, what are we doing? Like, why are we not doing them? Why are we staying tapped in to this system that is not set up to benefit us? Excuse me, at least with the Borg, if you one of them, you benefit, right? Our system, our hive mind, isn't even set up to benefit those of us who are in it. That's what's crazy. That's what's really crazy about it. It'd be different if, like, hey, it's set up that if you follow our thing, go along with it, you'll prosper. No, it's like the opposite. It's like everybody should do this. Well, what does it do for me? Absolutely nothing but rob you of your time, energy, and joy. So why should I do it? Because everybody says do it. Like, it's crazy. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Okay, that was my spiel. That was my spiel. I just really wanted to get that off today. I'm gonna jump in the comments. We're gonna have a discussion. We're gonna talk if y'all would like to. I saw a lot of comments, so I'm like, I was gonna go a few more minutes. I said, nah, let's get in these comment section. I see a lot of talking going on. So yeah, I wanna see what y'all have to say about this. Oh, we're not talking about. Nope, that's up out of here. How you doing, Lee? That's a good one, Kevin. That's why drinking is normalized. That's why, and these days cigarette smoking is down, which is great. There was a dude smoking a cigarette at the train station earlier. I got so mad. I'm like, bro, like, they do that now? Where we at? Yeah, it's just everybody. It's like everybody drinks, so everybody drinks. And then when you're trying to stop drinking, people who are struggling, who are suffering from drinking too, try to get you to continue drinking. It's crazy. Steph says, Tim, are you scared of not being remembered? I feel like others' perception of me holds me back. I personally am not scared of not being remembered. I've said I don't care about legacy. I don't care about being remembered. If when I die, the moment I die, everything about me disappears too, I do not care. Like so for me, like, that's not a issue for me. But I understand people's perception holding. I get that. Like, we're, as humans, we're social creatures. So you want your peers to look at you a certain way. The problem comes in when that holds us back from doing what we really want to do with this life. Because here's the thing, and I know this from firsthand experience. None of my good friends, 10 years ago when I started, living a different lifestyle, none of them got it. But none of them really were like, that's crazy, you shouldn't do it. But a few of them were concerned, right? None of them really got it. Fast forward, my real ones, they've all come out and been like, hey, we didn't get it when you first started, but now I see why you're doing it. And there's also been a few of them who've actually, some of the things I've been saying, and they kind of picked up on it. So I say that to say, true friends in your life, their perception of you might change if you do some different stuff, but over time, the real ones, your true friends, your true family, they'll get it because they'll see what it's doing for you. Like, if somebody really loves you and you start doing something that makes you happier or brings you peace or helps you and your family out financially, even though it might have seemed crazy in the beginning, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know what Steph was on at first, but I get it now. So it's funny that actually doing our own thing over time, helps to see who's really in our corner. But I think also it gives people a better perception of you, the people who really care. I think so. Yeah, Conan, they try to treat us like that. You're right. I was talking to my Uber driver coming over here about, like, bosses and things of that nature. They try to treat us that way. And that's another reason we have to, whenever possible, resist it. Or though, like, if someone treats you that way and you take it, they're going to keep treating you that way. I learned this a long time ago at work. The squeaky wheel gets the most oil. Tim gonna say what he got to say. Now, once again, I have the privilege of not having any kids or any real responsibilities. So I can be a bit more than some people. But I learned, If you're the one who's always standing up for yourself, the one who's not going to take it, they don't come at you like that. And the ones who insist on doing that, you just leave. But there's been so many places I've been where like everybody else, they was just whatever. They come to Tim and say, oh, okay, we know what you want to do. So, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not me being arrogant or that's just, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna stand up for myself. You're not gonna treat me like that. And when people see that, they're like, okay, I'm gonna cuss all these other people out. Let me show a little respect for Tim because I want to hear his mouth. However, they got to justify it to themselves. But yeah, I learned that, you people will treat you the way you let them treat you. Good to see you, Angela, by the way. If I didn't say hi already, I don't think I did. Hey, Rose, thank you. Sharing that happiness. Enjoy with everybody. Okay. Have fun. Oh, that one snuck in. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Oh, that was a good one. You missed that one, Angela. I got it. Roaming Bison Travel, you're full-time traveler now? Nice. In El Paso. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Do something different. It's Bellum. Quit your job. Enjoy your work. Breaking side hustles. Let's go. Live your life. Let's go. That's awesome. That is awesome. Glad to hear that. What up, Three Kings? Phil says the goal is to build up your confidence and get into place of alignment of authenticity. Exactly. But like I said, very few people are like authentic. It's just kind of that hive mind. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's trying to be the same thing. Everybody, it's like, where's the authenticity? Like when I look at somebody, I want to see. I think that's part of the reason I like Portland. I keep going back there because Portland's weird and people do them in Portland. I mean, there's people who do them all over the place, but I gotta say Portland's a city where like people just very unique kind of individuals. I like that. We need more of that. I should study, read about sociology. I find it interesting. All right. What would be a good starting point for that? Make our own blueprint. Exactly. Nico, I think it is time. Yeah, I do think it is time for people to start awakening. I think 2020 was the start of it, and it's just kept going since then. Yes, Andrew. Someone said you can't do that. Like, yes, I can. It's like, ooh. Short of something I physically can't do. But if it's something I physically can do, someone's like, you can't. Like, who? Like, I'm like, who? Like, who do people think they are? Like, I'm just gonna be okay since Auntie Cheryl said it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, whatever. No, that makes me want to do it. It's my life, not yours. Tina, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Appreciate that love. Cheers. Thank you. Good to see you. Appreciate that continued support. Thank you. Tina, check it in. Where was I in the chat? Okay, we're right here. Okay, cool. Hey, Tiffy Taffy, that as someone who's been self-conscious about their looks their whole life, I feel you on that one. Yeah, all we can do is work on it. The first step is identifying, okay, my thoughts are out of whack here, and then let me see how I can work on that. That's all we can do. Some of these things just take us, it just takes time working on it. That's why I'm always like, we can't beat ourselves up. A lot of times we identify areas where we can improve, and then we beat ourselves up because we have areas where we need to improve. Why I'm self-conscious about my looks. Oh, I'm such a horrible person because I'm self-conscious about my looks and I shouldn't be. It's like, no. It's like, yeah, okay, this is something I don't, like I said, I notice. I used to never look in mirrors. I make myself look in the mirror now. I stop in the mirror, make myself look. And even if I'm not feeling, I'm like, dang, he's looking good. Yes. I like to look in mirrors and have other people see me look in the mirror, so they'll think like I'm self-centered. They're like, "That this dude's full of himself." I'm not at all, but I like to. I don't know, it's funny, but yeah, all we can do is put in the work until that day we get to a place where it's not as bad, you know. But I get that one. I get that one. Pond said, "Do you have a hard time staying grounded, moving around so much?" No, no. Like this is what I do, so like I think this moving around a lot is in line with like who I am. So actually, I think I stay grounded better. If I feel like that was grammatically incorrect, but like it's when it comes to saying grounded, I think it's better for me to be moving around because like that's who I am. Like I have a nomadic soul, so like it's cool to sit down from time to time, but like I do better in life when I'm moving regularly. It's who I am. Like, and I get that everyone doesn't get it because like that's not everyone doesn't have a nomadic soul, but like those of us who do, there's something we get that benefits us by traveling, moving around. Retired 2019. How you doing? You're not a tree, Isabel. Yeah, you can leave. You're not a tree. You can leave. You get. I see what you did there. Intently. How you doing? Lee, you're waiting for one case Timmy, two shirt Timmy. Yeah. We down. We down to an even smaller suitcase, by the way. We're still two suitcase Timmy, but we downsized our suitcase. So, yeah, I got a story about that, by the way. Remind me to tell you that in a minute. Zero, I'm from Florida. Love yourself, live for yourself. Let's go. What up, Grimlock? Miss Underhill, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So let's go. Resistance is not futile. I love that. I love that. Yes, yes. That's a Borg quote. Flipped. I like that. Resistance is not futile. Yes, yes. But that's a bumper sticker. I like that. I like that, Miss Underhill. Resistance is not futile, bro. You got to resist. The not resisting ain't working. You're just gonna get assimilated. You know. Angela, you still at work? Okay. Nick, how you doing? Um. Oh, I totally get it. You say you work hard, at your job, trying to build up that credibility, that power to bargain with. And if you work for a company that will allow you to do that, that's great. Um, some companies won't, you know. So yeah, if I'm at a company that respects me and what I do, I don't mind working hard, you know, coming in doing 110%. If that company does 110% for me, there's a lot of times where like it's not reciprocated. You come in do 110%, they do about 70, and then they complain about that. So yeah, like just because you're valuable doesn't mean the company will always value you. But if you find a company that values you, yeah, I say, yeah, and you like the job, yeah, stay there, give it your all. Tired 2019 walked 15,000 steps. Okay, now watching the playoffs, nice. Elwin, yeah, where you been? Glad to have you back. Oh yeah, Lee. If you the downtown park in Boulder, it didn't switched up. Yeah, yeah. It's a little sketch down there, bro. Yeah, it's a little Boulder. Now here's the thing: if you go up Pearl, if you just keep walking up Pearl, I'm gonna put you on game. You keep walking up Pearl past like all the restaurants and stuff till it gets to the neighborhood. Keep walking all the way like at the end of Pearl. On the right side is like a park where you can go hiking, stuff like that. I never actually hiked up in there, but it's like a hiking area. You go down there, it's nice and chill. But yeah, downtown that area, yeah, it's getting a little sketchy in Boulder, bro. Yeah, yeah. Lucinda, how you doing? Stephen P. I agree with you. I think the reason we have imagination is so that we can, like, I almost do believe that anything we can imagine could take place one day, or is taking place somewhere. I'm like, how could we imagine it if it wasn't possible? Right. So yeah. News. I do not use sunscreen because I'm black and like don't need sunscreen. By my book, I do know some black folks and other brown folks who use sunscreen. I don't. I'm not scared of the sun. That's nothing against anyone who protect your skin. I just grew up being outside in the sun in Florida, working lawn maintenance, full sun. I ain't never had no problem. So yeah, I'm not lathering more chemicals on my body. I'm good. I'm good. Black hole, you sick of this life? Why? Why? No. We're gonna get back to that. Tiffy Taffy, thank you. So Tim, can't thank you enough for taking your time with these positive daily streams and also great advice. Keep up the positive vibes. We definitely will. And you are welcome. I appreciate you tuning in, being part of the community, taking part in these positive streams that we're trying to do a pretty regular basis. But yeah, you're definitely welcome. It uplifts me too and builds me up too. So I'm always down to stream and we have a conversation and we share that energy back and forth with each other. And I appreciate the support. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. I ain't forget about you, Black Hole. I'm serious. What's going on? Tim Williams, not nomadic, but you like nature. Nice. Ellie, hey. He's one of the most grounded people I know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, these talks like medicine. Let's go. Get your daily dose. We here. Yeah, Hollis, you can see my suitcase back there. It's a little. I said when I left Denver, I was gonna have a little black. I told Travel Snacks, you can ask her. I said I'm gonna have a little black one of them little black carry-ons. I had a bigger one. So here's my story. Oh, hold on. Let me acknowledge Dan Jam real quick. With the Bart Simpson "Eat My Shorts" reference. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you. He said that earlier. I saw that, so I appreciate you coming back saying it again. Dan says, "Eat his shorts. Eat their shorts." I don't want to. So yeah, some shorts eating after the chicken wings. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. So here's my real quick story about the suitcase. So I had a bigger, like it wasn't a huge suitcase, but you could jam it in the overhead bin if it was one of the bigger overhead bins, right? So it wasn't technically a carry-on, but like, if I took it on Amtrak, I could get it in the overhead bin. Like it could be forced in there, but it technically wasn't a carry-on. So I was like, I want to carry on. So if I'm going on a flight, I just have my backpack, my carry-on. Like I had to check my bag flying to Portland. I was like, I don't, no problems with it. But I was like, I don't like doing that. So I got a little small bag. So keep in mind, I'm staying in an Airbnb in Portland, right off Hawthorne Road, right? If you've been to Portland, Hawthorne. I'd never stayed off Hawthorne. So like I'd been over there, but never stayed on it. That's an awesome street. But here's the thing. So now I got a suitcase I need to throw away. But here's the thing: in Portland and in a lot of major cities, every dumpster is locked. Right? So I can just put in the trash can with my Airbnb, but it was full. I didn't want to just put it beside the trash can. People come milling, anyway. So I was like, I'll just find a dumpster to like throw the suitcase in. But all the dumpsters are locked. So yesterday morning, I had to get up early and go like lurking around Portland looking for a dumpster that wasn't locked. It was like 8 a.m. I'm walking up the road, and like anytime I saw what looked like a dumpster that wasn't locked, I'd run over there and it was locked. Like I'm looking real sketch, just running up to people's trash cans and dumpsters. But I found one, and it was actually pretty close to my Airbnb. But then I was like, well, when's the right? See, here's my thing. Since I'm so socially awkward, I make a big deal out of little stuff. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to seem sketch walking up the street with an empty suitcase and like throw it in a dumpster and then walk away. People can be like, what's this dude doing? So I was like, when's the best time to do it so nobody's out there? But it's Hawthorne, so there's all people. Anyway, I ended up doing it like 6 o'clock at night. And so like, yeah, it's an empty suitcase. You can tell it's empty, right? So like people are looking at me like, why is this dude walking around with like a huge empty suitcase? Anyway, and it was funny when I came out my Airbnb, like I cut in front of this guy and I turned around to look at something and he was looking at me like, what's this dude doing? And so I walked down very quickly. It was a dumpster behind a restaurant. So and it's at a sign that was like absolutely no dumping. I ran up, I threw the I, I threw the old suitcase in it, and I walked off real quick. Then I went to the grocery store. How about the guy who was behind me when I came out of my Airbnb, who was looking at me like I was crazy, was in the grocery store. So he just saw me walking up the street with an empty suitcase. Now, 10 minutes later, I'm in the grocery store. And have you ever done the weird thing where like two people, you're walking on either side of the store, but when you get to an aisle, you look down, you keep seeing each other? So that kept happening. Like every aisle I went to look down, he was looking down it too. So it looked like I was just like stalking this dude. It was the most awkward situation. And then the worst thing was when I finally found the aisle I wanted to go down, I was going down the water aisle. He was already down it. So I know this guy was like, what is wrong with this dude? I don't know. Like it wasn't even a big deal, but the whole thing just made me so uncomfortable and it just seemed so sketch. But like it wasn't me. I just wanted to throw a suitcase away, but it was a whole ordeal. Because these days you can't have an unlocked a dumpster because people sleep in it or rummage through it. I don't know. But yeah, the whole thing stressed me out way too much. I was like, I just want to get rid of this suitcase. Anyway, okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. I just thought the whole thing was funny. How do I feel about the world, Jonathan? It is what it is. I'm not one of these people who thinks it's over and it's the worst it's ever been. I keep telling people, if there is an afterlife where we go and sit and talk to people from other generations, the people from World War II and World War One, and the French Revolution and all the other crazy times in history are going to be laughing at us. They're laughing at us now. Like they think 2025 is the worst they ever. What? They had one little pandemic 5 years ago and they're losing their minds. Inflation. We had famine. Like, you know what I mean? Food's expensive. We didn't have food, right? So I try to use that perspective, and it makes me realize the world's been way worse, and we got through it and got back to better times. So we'll get through this and get back to better times, I think. I'm pretty sure. Why wouldn't we? Omar, you feel tired all the time? I don't know if anyone else can say if that's normal for you, but if the jobs make you tired and you hate it, yeah, maybe you should leave. Yeah, worst case, you leave, go to another job you like better, and then if you're still tired, you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't the job, but you're still at a better job, Some of us, Mr. Underful, yes, are nomadic souls. You might need to be a travel writer. Some of us can't just be in one place all the time, Do I worry about getting older? Nah. Like I'm excited to see Tim at 55. I'm excited to see Tim at 65. Like I don't like. And once again, like I shouldn't say once again. One of the things I'm big on and I'm trying to talk about more is like not thinking and assuming that just because we get older, we're going to be more infirm and we're going to be sicker and we're going to be like, we just think so negatively about getting older. I just try to think about that. If it happens, it happens. Like, okay. But like, I just don't dwell on that stuff. Like, it's just as easy to think about how much wiser and more experienced I'm going to be when I'm older. So it doesn't bother me. We'll maybe go back to Portland. I don't know. It's cheap to fly to Portland. That's one. Like I wanted to come on this side of the country, on the West Coast, and it's cheaper to fly to Portland. So that was part of the reason I went. But I like Portland. It's a vibe. Peaceful serenity. I personally can't call myself wise. I like to think I'm wiser than I have been in the past. And if so, a lot of that comes from I spend a lot of time thinking about and reading about and like talking about this type of stuff. This is basically my life, trying to figure life out or analyzing life. So if there is any wisdom in there, I just spend a lot of time on this type of stuff, Dan Jam coming through again. Thank you. Says, Tim, yo, you be tripping like a rabbit. Thanks, Super Chat Squad. Dan, Dan, you have some very unique. See, that's authenticity. That's authenticity. That's what I'm talking about. Dan Jam is doing Dan Jam. Let's go. Let's go. You should sell Wounded Tomb merch. Straight from the heart. Put a pin in that. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. But thank you for that input. Yeah, we'll get back to that. You'll yeah. What up? What up, Winter Hike? I_D. You want to move to the Northwest so bad? Stuck in the South, no jobs here? Yeah, it's a cool part of the country. I would recommend it. If you get a chance to do it, I would recommend it. All right, Ricky. Yeah, hey, Ricky, it took me what 6 months to make that one sobriety video. So yeah, but I do plan on making more. Donnie, I've seen Voodoo Donuts, but I never went in. But I've seen it. Oh, Winter Hike, I'll shout you out. We'll shout you out. Winter Hike like 72, 74. How you doing? We here, feeling blessed. $5,008. You're welcome. What do you think? What are you thinking before? Maxilla, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, we do things to the programming, but like here's the good thing is once you realize that you're being programmed, you can start deprogramming. But most people don't know they've been programmed. They think the thoughts are genuinely theirs. That's why people hold on and fight for and argue about these beliefs because they genuinely think it came from them. They just think that everybody else around them happens to believe the same as them. Which that kind of further reinforces it. Because they're like, yeah, obviously it has to be right because everybody else believes it too. But it's like, what's the what's actually happening? What's the payoff? What's the reward? Like, what are you getting out of having these beliefs? What are you getting out of living this way? And then when you look around and realize like nothing or very little, and you see that everybody else is also getting nothing or very little, you start to be like, oh, okay, something's going on here, and I don't like it. Hedro, you don't have to stick with Delaware North. No. No. You work that season. If you're like, hey, I want to go work for, Xanterra or Aramark or anybody else, or just some mom and pop, no. The cool thing about Delaware North is, and I know this for a fact, even if you leave, you've worked a season and then you want to come back a couple of years later, like they'll remember, like it's in the system. They're good hiring you back again. Yeah. Hey, Grim, like, yeah. We're going to manifest good things happening. We're going to manifest good things happening, Laura, yeah, I went to vfriends.com. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it this time. I'm usually not on my computer. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to get to the merch. Characters. Articulate Armadillo. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want to start getting. Where's Gratitude Gorilla? I wonder, does it have? That's what I'm looking for right there. Boom. Yeah, there's the, if anyone's curious, there's a link on vfriends.com where I bought it. Donnie, I don't feel guilty leaving family behind. Me and my family don't really kick it like that. Even if they did, it's my life. So like, I feel like you shouldn't feel guilty. No, if mom needs something or dad needs something, and my sisters call me, I'll do what I do, Um, but like, I don't think you have to live with family. Now if you're in a situation where they need you, that's different. But like, I me and my dad are my dad's a family member I talk to the most, and he's not a need to see you all the time. We talk on the phone, and that's enough. So like, it doesn't. There's no guilt for me. Like I said, if my family needs something from you, they know they call me, they got it. But like, I don't think I need to be right there with them. Like for what? It's the same as if there's a lot of people who don't travel around, but they live in a different city. What's the difference? Like if your family lives in Chicago and you move to Detroit, like it's no difference than if like my family's in Chicago and I'm in cities all over. It's the same thing. So I don't think there's any law that says like you have to live by family. So yeah. What was that say? Bath time Mason. I typically don't do a lot of seasonal job recommendations simply because I've only worked at a few places. Um, and the jobs I like might not be the job someone else likes. So that's why I always just say go to Cool Works, look around, because the jobs I like, the areas I like, the places I like, you may not. So yeah. I'm with you intently. I think it's yeah, and like if you some people just really, really love their family and they like being with their family, and that's fine. But I do think a lot of times people, just because it's family, feel like they have to do all this stuff and they're so obligated. No, it's still your life, right? You know what I mean? Family's just this family. Like, it doesn't have like, family comes, family's the most important thing. I'm like, yeah, family's the most important thing if it's the most important thing. But if it's not, then it's not. People, I think a lot of people give family a pass, and family treats them all kinds of ways and puts these guilt trips on them. Y'all know, like, people know what, Tim, you're not guilt tripping me into anything. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna do what I do. I try to do the right thing. I try to, follow my moral code. But like, you not guilt tripping me into saying I have to do anything for you just because you're my friend, you're my family. What? Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna live my life first and foremost. Take care of me and mine. Then, but yeah, I think a lot of times people just get away with stuff because they're family. I'm like, what does that mean? If I meet people and they're my friends and there's like at the moment deeper love for them than family, well, then I'm rocking with them. Like I don't know. Yeah. I never had that issue, but yeah. Bella Chrome, you got 3 interviews through Coolworks in a matter of days. I'm telling you, Coolworks is it. Really good people too. Really good people. They used to send me free merch, stickers, all kinds of stuff. Really good people. Oh yeah, good to see you too, Bella. Nah, I never worked on a fishing boat in Alaska. Alvin, I've talked to people who worked at the processing plants, because I think it's hard to get on the boats, but because you can make some really good money on the boats, but you can make good money at the processing plant, but they work you. They work 12 to 16 hour days and no breaks until like the salmon's done. So you might go a month without a day off, 12 to 16 hour days. I was talking to one dude and he was doing it and he said he couldn't take it. So he went to the kitchen, because as a cook, you still worked long days, but it wasn't as bad. And he was like, dudes he came in with, they got there together and dudes, they were nice and personable and laughing and joking. He was about like a month in, them dudes would just be sitting in the cafeteria staring because they were working so hard. Like they were bugged out. They would just be, and he was like, some of them dudes, it took months when the season was finally over. It took months for them to like get back right. Because bro, you can't work 16-hour days like, and you when you chopping up fish and doing all this other stuff, like you got to be focused for 15 hours a day for 30 days. You know what I mean? So you can make some good money. I talked to some Eastern European dudes one time who did it, and they were like, they did it, and they were happy for the paycheck, but they were like, that's the closest thing to hell they'd ever seen on this earth. You know, there's I'd never do it again. They had a fat wad on them, your buddy, cash buddies. But they was like, I'd never do it again. But some people love it. I got a friend who loves it. You know, she goes every year. But I don't know. Hey, yo, Donnie, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you. So thank you, Tim, for all your inputs. You're an inspiration to me. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to, some of this stuff I learned the hard way to be able to, maybe inspire somebody as well, with it. So, and I appreciate that love. Thank you. And asking the good questions. I appreciate that. Are we messing up? Okay. KMC, I went to Portland last time and didn't like it. This time I stayed in a different area and loved it. So where you stay in a city has a big bearing on what you think of it. So yeah, glad I went back. Yeah, Steven, that's the way it is. Some people like it's those of us who are kind of just doing our own thing. We rarely impose that on anyone else. But that hive mind, when I think with them, they just get so used to everybody doing it a certain way that when we're not doing it that way, it's a problem to them. Some of that I think is so they can justify that they're not doing what they want to do. But that just comes with it. I think it gets easier over time once you realize that's just what comes with it. The price I pay for not following societal norms is people aren't going to understand and they're going to bother me about it. I just got to get to a place where like it doesn't bother me that they bother me. The most beautiful place I've ever been, Laura, I don't like to it's impossible for me to pit beauty against beauty. That'd be like saying who's hotter, Lena Horne or Marilyn Monroe. You can't. How do you can't put beauty against beauty? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. I don't know. I was watching a Cardi B interview last night from a couple years back, and I remember it was one of the ones where I was like, oh, yeah. But yeah. So when it comes to nature, yeah, I can't. I couldn't pick one place and say it was the most beautiful. I'm just checking the stream because I'm getting some. I'm trying to just check. See, I was looking. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting some slowing. I don't know what's going on. It happened when I pulled up those other windows. That's what happened. I knew that was going to happen. Bath. I mean, that a lot of times when we're looking to do something else, we are going to have those feelings of anxiety, of fear. That's just part of it. And if I'm being honest, those feelings don't go away until we do it. It's natural to feel anxious. It's uncertain. It's unknown. Those feelings don't go away until you actually do it. Yeah, it's just part of it. Yeah, I got a haircut, Ricky. I got a haircut. Oh, I've tried seafood processing. It lasted 2 weeks. Body game. Yep, tell you, man. I could do it. I can't do it. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Oh, we're back. Okay. Currently I'm reading I'm still reading on and off. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, I think. Bertha, how you doing? Oh yeah. Winter. I have my passport. I've been to Mexico. We back? We back? Are we back? Are we back? Okay. Abundance overload. Yep. Abundance overload. Too much. Too much. I hate when it freezes because the stream will be looking good, and then if I do come back, the numbers are gone. But we're here. Um, it's weird. Sometimes when I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, I feel like after an hour, it like slows you down. I've noticed that some places like after an hour, like it slows the internet. Excuse me. It slows the internet down, and it's like you gotta like reconnect. I was saying, Winter, if you're still here, yeah, I have my passport. I've been to Mexico, Thailand, and the Philippines, and the goal is to see like every possible country one day. So that's what we're trying to do. The next facet of life, you know. Oh, Bertha, glad to hear you're good. I'm good too. Miss Underhill, you ended up screwing tops on the bottles of antifreeze on to antifreeze on a similar in Alaska. Oh, I like that job. I'll take that job. Alvin. I used to want to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. It's a lot lower on my list of places to go now. If I'm being honest, I'd still like to go, but it's kind of lower on my list than before. There's a lot of other places I want to go before Egypt, but I think it would be cool to see the pyramids. I think it would have been a lot cooler to see them 100 years ago. But yeah, so I heard it's pretty touristy around there now. But yeah, I mean, it's on the list. The goal is to see it all one day somehow. So we just got to figure out the somehow part. You know, that internet freezing wrecking my flow. I'm telling you, it does it on purpose. Fund your lifestyle. That's it. That's it. That's Fan Grim. Like I'm really my viewpoint has changed so much now. Like I just want to like just womb to tomb live my life. Like I just got to figure out how to pay for it. Like the rest of that stuff is not. You know what I mean? It's fading. Some of it's still there. Certain things you want to do and achieve and make certain amounts of money, like all that, it's still kind of there. But like more and more, it's just like, bro, I just want to do the stuff I want to do. I just got to figure out how to way to pay for it. Like that's it. That's all I need for money. Be there. If my parents need something financially, boom. But other than that, like I don't care. I just want to do what I want to do. I got what 2,000 weeks left, 1,500 weeks left. Like that's it. I just want to live. It's getting real simple. Ricky, I got pizza and chicken wings. I hadn't had pizza in a while. Pizza messes with my stomach, but I said I'm gonna get me no greasy pizza today. Get me some grass, and I got some chicken wings. So yeah, that's for dinner. Oh Lord, yeah. So a lot of people like that said the flying is the thing that keeps them. You know, the good thing is domestically, so there's trains and buses, things like that. But yeah, who knows? Maybe if you fly more, you wouldn't mind flying as much. Maybe. We do have a lot, Bella. People from other countries will tell you, like, in my country, we have one climate, one region, maybe two. In the US, we got them all, right? We got swamp, we got desert, we got mountains, we got rainforest damn near. Like, we got it all, in the US. So, and, probably one of the least traveled cultures around. What is it that you want to do? I just want to you know, see the world, spend time with my friends, make YouTube videos. That's it. I'm a very simple man. Watch, WNBA, I don't know if that's a good dinner, but it'll taste good. But I don't know. We'll see tomorrow how it treats me. Hey, Lee, see? Watch the stream. People start calling for interviews. It's the energy, man. It's our collective energy. Good luck with interviews, by the way. Ricky, I don't mind an indoor stream or an outdoor stream. I could be uncomfortable in either one or comfortable. Sometimes when I'm indoors, I'm uncomfortable because there might be people in the room next to me. Sometimes when I'm outdoors, there's people near me. But like either way, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna put in the work either way. You got Jack in the Box today, Grimlock? Oof, oof. Okay, talking to the vet about wounded tomb lifestyle. Let's go, van life. What's the build on a bus? Do it, do it, do it. That's awesome. I mean, I think anything can be super expensive to get into. So yeah, if you want to do fancy Instagrammable van life, it can be expensive. If you just want to throw a twin mattress in the back of a 1982 Chevy van, it ain't got to be expensive. Maybe finding a 82 Chevy van will take a while that runs, but I think anything can be expensive. But I think also we can find ways to do it inexpensively. What fuels my positivity, Colson? What's the alternative? Negativity? That don't feel good. And when you realize too, like, I can always be as positive as I can be. Good times, bad times, whatever. I can be as positive as I can be. In the good times, maybe my positivity's up here. The bad times, maybe it's here. But I can be positive no matter what. Like, just because things are going on in the world doesn't mean I can't be positive. I can say, in a positive manner that we're going to get through it eventually. Like, you don't have to. And that's the thing, too. Part of the hive mind and the society and the culture, that's the system that, we've been programmed into, tells us that negativity is normal. So positivity seems abnormal. It's like, how is that guy so positive? But to me, positivity is normal. Like, why would I go around being negative all the time? It makes me feel bad. I get nervous. I get scared. I get sick. So, like, to me, positivity is normal. I think we can adjust our perception of it. But I'm glad it's infectious. Yes. Oh, Dan Jim, I appreciate you trying to send more truth. If it's blocking you, I guess it's got its own agenda. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you did to it. What'd you do to it, sir? They didn't. It wasn't me. I wasn't trying to block the abundance. I don't know. Purposeful. You're going to sell everything, live in a van with your motorcycle on the back. Okay, do it. Chantel doing that van life cheap. Did I say hello to you already, Chantel? How you doing? 30-year-old van. Let's go. Oh yeah, Ricky, I definitely think being too comfortable too long, you don't do a lot of growing in your comfort zone. Now, if you found a comfort zone and you want to stay there, fine. But if you still try to do some growing, it typically takes getting out of your comfort zone. That's where that good growth is. Just this side of comfort, just this side of discomfort, Drew, what up? Drew, I totally agree. Yeah, the political party thing is like you need just enough parties to make people believe they have a choice. That's it. You don't need 3. You just need 2. People will fall for it. Oh, you just need 2 sides. You need the division. You need the separation. You need the division. You only need 2 parties to have people at each other's throats. So you have 2. If they could get away with 1.5, they would. But you need 2. So yeah, I mean, it's obvious once you see it. Part of the reason I can't vote, or don't vote, is like I can't play that game. You know, if there was 20 political parties and it switched up regularly, maybe. But two, no, I'm not. I've never been the type of person you could just tell me stuff and I just ate it up. Nope. I'm always gonna question. Sometimes, it's annoying if you know me, I'm questioning everything. But like, I never. My teachers hated it because you had to explain stuff to me. You can't just tell me. I was like, well, why is that though? It just is. Okay, whatever. Bella's selling the stuff right now, getting liberated. Let's go. Hey, I like that, Chantel. So I carry a tent outside camping equipment for breakdowns. I can live at the campground while it's getting fixed. Insurance pays with a hotel if I have an emergency. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. United we stand, divided we fall. It's we all know the quotes. Yeah, Alvin. Yeah, that was, I liked making that video. F college, go travel instead. Yeah, I remember exactly where I was standing when I made it too. Climbed down a little hill. Big, yeah. That's that. Yeah, that. I think that video will always. I need to watch it again myself. Um, yeah, I like that video too. Glad it's still up there. Yeah, the system's definitely rigged. Like I said, the it's this big hive mind we're all plugged into, and there's no benefit for us to be plugged into it. Like, why are we putting our all into a system that isn't designed to benefit us? That's what bothers me about it. You got to be in the system as much as you got to be in it. That's why I always say use the system to get free from the system. But it's just like, yeah, the idea of like, I can't wholeheartedly believe in it because it's not set up for my benefit. Like, so why would I argue for it? What is right there? Why? Oh, that's what that goes. Okay. Well, I was looking at that up there. I'm like, that right there. I'm like, what is that? Okay. Yeah, live your life while you have it, like before it's too late. Portland was good. Portland was good, Kashif. Yeah, Portland was good. I enjoyed it. I was right there on Hawthorne Street. A lot of thrift shops and collectible shops, comic shops, restaurants. Really cool vibe. Really cool vibe. Walk downtown. Well, I went downtown once. I only went downtown once because I went to go to Washington Park, where I live stream from. But I went in that area a couple times to go to the waterfront. Yeah, Portland's a vibe and this time of year is beautiful. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Trucker Fuzz, I'm good. How are you? Skate Alex too. I think Alaska has probably the most seasonal jobs. California has a lot too. Colorado comes in pretty high on that list. So there's a lot of states with seasonal opportunities. I think Alaska has the highest though, just because they probably have the hardest time finding people. Um, it's hard to get people to go to Alaska, but there's a lot of states with a lot of seasonal work. Trucker drinking a kombucha trilogy. Okay. Hey, Frank, I didn't find it to be so. You said Denver's depressing. Denver's a vibe. Like I really like Denver. I stayed there. What was it, 4 months, 5 months? Like, yeah, I like Denver. So I mean, it just goes to show two different people can be in the same place and have a different perception of it, which is fine. But no, I like Denver. Denver's a vibe. Man. Denver's a vibe. Yeah, Drew is funny. I even do that sometimes. I look at somebody and be like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, that person's just doing them, Tim. What you tell everybody to do. Calm down. Oh, it's cool. You enjoying Alaska, Alex? Nice. Glad you're there. I've been trying to tell everybody to go to Alaska. You know me, trucker. I don't ever say where we're headed to next. I just show up places. Just a decision I made years ago for several reasons. But yeah, I just show up places. Ross, what up? What up? What up? Good to see you. Isaiah, what up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Checking in on the day off. No, no hiding in the bathroom today. Okay, okay, okay. Nothing wrong with that. I understand it. I understand it. But yeah, I'm glad you're taking the day off. Glad you're taking the day off, getting a little rest. Hopefully, it's always good to see you. Always good to see you. Speaking of a nomadic souls, there's another one. Ross travels, very nomadic, nomadic soul. Appreciate you checking in as always. As always, good to know you still doing your thing. Phil, Wagawan. Healing Daily says, "Do you think moving away from my family would help me deal with the fact they talk bad about me?" Yes, I do think it would. Is that too drastic? I once again, you asking me, so I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's too drastic. But then I don't live around my family, so it might be for some other people. Some other people are like, "Oh, oh, you know." But I'm just like, if people talking about you, get away from them. Then you won't care. Problem solved. That's me. It's very simple. Very simple. My life is very simple. People talk about me, I'll just leave. Let them talk amongst themselves. I'll be somewhere else. Dan, you don't think humans are natural? I mean, I think, my opinion, I respect your opinion. I just think we're a different form of nature. There's a part of me who thinks we were put here to mess some things up so that the earth could fix some things. A part of me thinks that's our purpose. All the other animals, they just do what they do for whatever reason. I think we're the disruptors. We're put here to shake things up, disrupt things, so the earth can do what it needs to do to fix it and move into another phase or something. We're a part of nature because there's nothing that isn't a part of nature. We don't align with the rest of nature all the time for some reason, but since I do believe in a higher power, obviously the higher power knew we were going to do that. So there must be a reason. That's the way I look at it. There's got to be a reason. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. Glenn, coolworks.com. I don't mind. Yeah. COOLWORKS, one word, coolworks.com. They don't have a lot of overseas jobs, but they have a lot of jobs here in the States, including Alaska. So, yeah. And Alaska is the state with the most. They still hire, guarantee it. Be up there in May. There's hierarchies in the animal kingdom too, Ricky. That's one of the reasons when I'm like, we are animals. They got hierarchies too. We do too. I do think we have. I think we have no more mental health problems because we have more mentals, right? Animals, they got instinct, whatever, but we have free will and thought and all this other crazy stuff that obviously you're going to have more mental health issues when you have more mental brain power. So I think we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And honestly, if I think most humans are decent people and we could fit right in with nature. It's just that small percentage of us that aren't really screw everything up. But I think the reason that small percentage of them is here is to do whatever they're doing for, I don't know. I have my theories, but at the end of the day, I try to get to the point where no matter why we're here, I still like chicken wings. I still love walking by the river. I still love hanging out with my friends. So I don't need to know the answer to enjoy life. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to have it figured out to enjoy it. So, Glenn, thank you. So I love your channel. Thank you. And you're welcome. Let us know if you find anything cool on Coolworks. Facts, Miss Underhill. You go somewhere else, you live in your life, you forget about that other stuff. It'll be funny to you. You'll be like, why did I care what they was talking about me, what they were saying about me back in Kansas City? Like, it's like, what? Like, why? Ugh. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm a big believer in moving around. Even if you're not a nomad, at least live in another city. Because that'll show you that, like we've only been in one place, you stay in one place, you think that's the whole world. You move around a couple different places, you realize a lot of that stuff that they on there don't mean nothing over here. And the stuff over here don't mean nothing over there. Like, none of it's serious. Just got to get away from it sometimes. Hustle and air. Yeah, I think some animals are predators, and like that's their job is to eat the other animals. I mean, if you pull back and look at it, if you take the emotion out of it, right? Like we look at it with the emotion and like, oh, lions eat other animals. That's so cruel. If you pull back and take the pain and emotion out of it, we all die, right? Something gets all of us. Some animals, it's a lion. Some of us, it might be a car crash or a disease. You know, like something gets all of us. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. That like, why is it any different that lions and other predators get their sustenance from eating other animals, and the other animals eat other like plants? Why do any of us exist? You know, it's really not based on how we get our food. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, it's just the nature of things. You know, we all get eaten by something eventually, right? Right? The worms, whatever, you know, something. Alexander, I've not been to Banff. No. Retired 2019 says never live close to toxic relatives. Mhm. Yeah, we overthink, we overanalyze. The animals, they got to deal with that, you know, but then they don't have free will. So the price you pay for having free will is you're going to overanalyze your actions. You know, that, I mean, everything comes with something. It's like if you're going to have the ability to do what you want, then guess what comes with that? Analyzing those actions and like analysis paralysis before those actions, all the other stuff. The animals don't get to really do whatever they want. You know, it's basically, you know, one of a few things. Do we want to eat right now? Do we want to sleep right now? Do we want to run right now? Or do we want to reproduce right now? And whatever is the overwhelming urge at the moment is what they do. Some humans live like that too, but we have the ability to kind of live free. But yeah, what comes with that is, you know, we also have the ability to be like, did I make the right decision? Is this going to be the right decision? Miss Redstone, happy child free woman. Let's go. Let's go. Glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you. You speak with nothing but the truth. Keep spreading it. You're doing good work. Thank you. Thank you. We're trying. We're trying. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. I really do. Because we try, you know, try to put a message out there that's different than all the other goobly goop that's that's on the internet. The negativity and, you know, people pushing agendas because it makes them, you know, money, or they hope it makes them money, you know. Yeah, just let's be real. Let's talk about some real stuff that can help all of us and, you know, have a little fun doing it. So, you know, this is a hotel, Stephen. This is a hotel. Yeah. Moments. You just saw two doves doing their business, never felt so single. I saw two squirrels the other day. I was like, damn, I'm 45. I've seen squirrels my whole life. I don't know if I've ever seen them doing it. Seemed very awkward. Just like they could not get the positioning right. I said, dang, I didn't know animals went through that too. Thought it was just me. But yeah, they could not get the positioning right. I said, what kind of squirrel? You know, animals, you know, that's what they do. You know. Yeah, two suitcase Timmy. Steven, I asked Steven the best. I actually downsized suitcases. So I mean, I'm two suitcases, but an even smaller one now. Threw some stuff away. Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm telling you, I'm getting closer and closer to one day I would not be surprised if one day it's just one backpack and the clothes on my back. Have like two outfits and like my laptop and stuff, and just I got nothing else to do. Like I don't care to do anything else. So I wouldn't doubt it. One day, one backpack, clothes on my back. I don't know, Lee. I don't have any plans to come back. I'm sure I'll be back in Denver sometime this year. I mean, Denver's a vibe, but I don't have any plans. I got other stuff I'm trying to do. Um, would I do a seasonal gig outside the country 1 to 3 months? I don't know. If I found something I liked, maybe. Uh, I'm not against it, but I really don't look for work outside the country. So, um, I mean, maybe if I did, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'd have to know what the job was. It's definitely not a no, but I just have to. It just have to be something I really liked. I worked a 9 to 5 this summer, Alvin. Like a regular 9 to 5, not a seasonal job for any length of time. Oh, 2017, maybe like 2017. Yeah, 2017. I think maybe. Yeah. Hey, Steven, the best. I'm trying to be different. Like I get sometimes I get overwhelmed. Because I don't follow any people who are spitting negativity or doom and gloom. But the algorithm puts it in front of me, and yeah, you just see so much of it. It's just like, bro, like why are we? Now, and I do see some other people doing positive stuff. I do, because those are the people I try to follow and watch. But it's just, excuse me, it's so much work to police your feed to keep all that out. And I'm just like, why are we putting so much negativity in front of so many people? And then we wonder why everybody's scared. Like I'm seeing, and I don't like to admit stuff like this, but I'm seeing way more fear in people's faces when I walk past them than I have in the past. I'd be over the different places throughout the country. And like you over the years, you learn the vibes of different people in different places. And even a lot of the places where people were a lot more carefree, they starting to get a little nervous. A lot of people clutching their purses and crossing the street and looking at you. Like people get nervous out here. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I tell myself, like, Tim, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done because there's something like on my eyelashes up. So many people falling into that fear matrix. But yeah, the fear levels are up. I see it. The fear levels are up. Like it's like when people you cross paths with people, their first instinct is to think you're gonna do something wrong or that you're out to get them or out to hurt them. And then like you almost have to prove to them you're a decent person. And then you'll see kind of the fear relax. Like you'll be walking up with someone, you see them kind of be like, and you say, hey, and they're like, oh, hey. But like I feel like in the past it was different. At least the places I would be, people would walk up and until you did something to make them afraid, they were just But now it seems like it's more of the opposite. People are just always assuming everybody's out to do something. Boom, boom. And then if you don't, they're like, oh, okay, wow, interesting. This guy's nice. It's just I'm seeing the fear levels go up, and I don't like that. We got to work on that. Got to work on that, man. I just don't. I don't like us living in fear. Grimlock, ready for a new chapter? Let's go. I think we should have new chapters every so often. You don't want to stay on the same chapter, the same book your whole life. Arborist, the squirrels got you too. They be this time of year, spring. You know, they getting it in. Woke up from I don't. I was gonna do a hibernation morning wood joke. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Choose love daily. Yes, starfish. Drew, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Thank you. So thanks again for all you do, Tim. I love this community. Love you too. I really enjoyed your post today about abundance and not being traded on the stock market. A reminder that we can have abundance no matter what's going on in the world. Nothing to say after that. All I can do is put a like on that. But yeah, that was the whole point. A lot of times we get so wrapped up in these economic indicators and all this other stuff they're talking about, and understandably, because those things do have ramifications, sadly, on our life. But there's things greater than that. Abundance and that which delves out and doles out the abundance does not care about human economic indicators. If it's meant for you to find true love, it has nothing to do with like your bank account or interest rates, or things like that. If it's meant for you to have a blessing, if it's meant for a certain abundance to come into your life, God, the universe, the source does not care about this little crappy human stuff. It's just like, as a parent, when it's time for you to do something, you do it. You don't care if the kid's having a temper tantrum. You know what I mean? You don't care. The rent's got to be paid. I'm paying the rent. But little Timmy's in a bad mood. What does it have to do with me? Like, I got to pay the rent. You know what I mean? Like, it's bigger than. We see everything through like this human lens. Say, oh man, so-and-so's down. It's over. It's like, what? God's up there like, what's that got to do with me? I'm blessing y'all. I've entrusted the universe with universal laws that, certain X amount of time, you're going to get certain blessings. What does this little human stuff have to do with that? I've put these universal laws in place. That would be like saying, oh, the economy's down. The sun might not rise tomorrow. The sun don't care. Abundance doesn't care. Like, what? And I think when we realize that, like, then we'll start to see the blessings and continue to feel blessed. Like, what I mean? The more open you are to the blessings, I think the more you get. It's like the Amazon person. They bring the package. You still got to open the door and get it. If you don't open that door, you don't get the package. It just sits out front. Gets rained on. Somebody comes to steal it. Some porch pirates come and steal it. I think the same is true with like abundance and blessings. Like, it's always there, but when we open the door to it, when we're accepting of it, then it really starts coming in. That's what I'm saying. Like, we still can be blessed no matter what the time. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Thank you. Dan Jam coming back through. So the wheels keep turning. I guess you're not blocked no more. Cool. You were never blocked. But thank you, Dan Jam. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. Wheels keep on turning. Exactly. You can't stop the abundance wheels. You get crushed. You get crushed by abundance if you try to stop abundance. Every now and then, Healing Daily, I'll pull back on a joke. But then I'll usually say what I was about to say anyway. So. Do I feel lucky? I feel blessed. I don't know if lucky's a thing that I really believe in. I feel blessed. It's abundant universe. Like, you don't need luck. Like, really, like, Vanessa said, Jesus can do anything. Facts. Yeah, Miss Underhill, it is weird that different places you go, there's different fear levels. But yeah, you go some places and I mean, in more dangerous areas, people are going to be more fearful. That's why I like being out in the woods, out in the mountains, rural areas a lot of times. Or if I'm in the city, I like being in nice areas of the city, if possible. Yeah, because it's like I said, living in fear of our fellow man, it's exhausting. I feel for the people who currently are in areas or situations where they have to live like that. But overall, across the board, fear levels are starting to go up, which is no bueno. Yeah, Ricky, I definitely don't have a victim state of mind. So yeah, I think that's why I don't put down anything in my life to luck. And then when bad things happen, I don't put it down to being unlucky. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. You know what I mean? I don't do that victim mentality thing. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes life might be dumping on you. He's like, man, what did I do? What's wrong? You might get in that mode for a little bit, but like, at the end of the day, like, that's just life. Like, sometimes it happens that way. But I can always look back to the extremely wonderful, amazing times I've had. I didn't deserve those. I didn't do anything to have those. Didn't really do anything a lot of times. Sometimes in life I have done some things that I paid the price for. But it's just life. Life's like that. The crits be critting. It's gamer talk. But sometimes it just happens that way. But yeah, I the entitlement, victim mentality, they're different sides, same coin. Basically feeling like something is either owed to you or something's bad happening to you for, like, I don't feel like I'm a victim. I don't feel like I'm entitled to anything. I try not to feel, I'm just, things happen. Like, you enjoy them or deal with it. A lot of times life's beautiful and amazing. Sometimes it sucks. Like, that's the contract you sign when you sign up to visit planet Earth. Yes, I love Vanessa. Is it Vanessa Van? Is there another? I think it's Vanessa. Is it Vanessa Van Andrews? Anyway, I know who you're talking about. I've been following her forever. Before she got as popping as she is now, yeah, I was following her. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be, you gotta watch your six. But the idea that, like, everybody's out to get you, that's exhausting. Like, you can't find love that way, of any kind. Yeah, and I'm not saying don't lock your doors, but like, it's okay to pass people on the street and not be like afraid of them. You may not walk up and shake their hand, give them $10, but like, it's just another human getting through the day. But like, I just see like the levels of it are just people who are, mistrusting in situations where there's not, like, broad daylight on a street corner. You walk up behind somebody, they're like, it's like, what am I gonna do? There's 100 other people, right? I don't know. I'm just noticing. Just noticing. Yeah, I thought it was Vanessa Van Andrews. Yeah. Van Edward. Excuse me, Edward. Yeah. You know me, Steven? I'm if I'm not at a seasonal job, yeah, I'm in an Airbnb or hotel. So I don't know. Let's do it. Bobby Lott, how's it going? Doesn't even mind your business. I feel you. I feel you. Jay, I'm with you on that. But and I like to believe it's a friendly universe. Are there some hostile people in it? Yeah, but I think most people are good. That now it's everybody's choice. Like you said, Einstein said, like, it's everybody's choice. So, but I think there's a lot of people who think it's a bad universe. It's horrible, um, and so that's why they go through life just feeling that. I think it's an amazing, friendly, awesome, loving planet in a friendly, awesome, loving universe. So, like, my initial thing isn't fear of people. Now, if they're acting crazy or they give me a reason, okay. But like, before that, I'll be in my own little world half the time, so I'll be paying people attention unless they're cute, right? But I don't know. Just, I'm like, right now I'm looking out the windows, trees and some hills up there with some nice houses on it. Like, it's a beautiful planet, man. Sky, yeah, it's a beautiful planet. Like, I like it here. I like it here. I'm gonna stay here for a while. What Dr. Dre said, I ain't leaving. I like breathing. That it is. There is some ego in that, Drew. The idea that everybody's out to get you. There's some ego. There's some ego in that. Yeah. People got their own stuff. Anybody worry about you? Anybody worry about me? Easy Z. I just think people have been watching the news and they're hearing all these news stories of, violence and theft and all this other stuff, and so they just get scared to walk past people. I don't know. I don't know. It's something. Any plans to get a car? No, Steven. No, not at all. Haven't thought about a car in months. No, no, I'm chilling. I mean, if the day comes, I want a car, I'll get one. But no, I don't see the point. Like, there's nothing I'm missing out on that I'm like, oh, if I had a car, I could do that. When that day comes, I'll get a car. If there's something where it's like, man, if I had a car, I could do something. And I've said many times, it'll probably involve a woman. Um, or I'll be like, man, I want to start hiking again, something like that. But there's nothing currently that I'm missing out on that I'm like, I need a car. I want to pay $500 a month for a car and then 200 for insurance. Yes. No, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Like I said, I don't even think about cars. I'm so used to public transportation and walking. I don't even think about like getting a car. Like, what? I just take the bus. The first time I lived without a car, I mean, I got my first car at what, like 17, 18? 18. Um, I'm trying to remember after that, when was the first time I went carless? I don't remember exactly. I don't remember. I've done it a lot. I'll go carless and I'll get a car over it. Like, it don't bother me. Like, I just need to get the places I need to get to. It doesn't, and I don't mind taking the bus. I don't mind walking. So like, it don't, and I don't care if people think I'm broke because I don't have a car. So it don't. Yeah, it has never been a thing for me. Does the majority of someone's life take place in the real world or in one's mind? Well, I think everything takes place in our mind, actually. You know, without the mind, you can't appreciate the real world. So I think everything takes place in our mind if we're like really analyzing it. Which is why we all can have different realities, because it's all about perception and mindset and how we see and interpret the things we take in our mind. I got hired at Big Bend National Park once, but I didn't go. Yeah, something with the housing or something. I was like, I don't want to go, but I've never worked there. I did get hired there though. Hedgerow. Yeah, Miss Underhill. That's what I do. You'll notice I'm in cities that have a lot of nature. Like, if you pull up the cities with the most like nature and parks and stuff, you'll notice it kind of correlates with the places I go. So Denver has more parks per capita than any other urban area in the United States. Yeah, more park space per whatever than any other area in the United States, and I believe it. There's parks everywhere. Portland, a lot of nature. So yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes I do miss like hiking and things like that, but I've done a lot of that, so I'm enjoying the nature I'm getting into now. And yeah, if the day comes where I'm like, man, I'm trying to have a vehicle and be going on a bunch of hikes and that, then we'll do it. But right now, we doing what we doing now. A guy in Hollywood approached you and asked you if you wanted to hang out with him and two girls. They didn't look trustworthy, so you declined. I'll say this. Uh, Despite everything I said before this about people being, trustworthy, all that, if a guy walks up to you and he's got two women with him and he asks you to hang out with you and them, he's got an ulterior motive. No man willingly with two women walks up to a dude he don't know and asks him to hang out. He's already in heaven. What he need you for? Yeah, you smart. He's got an ulterior motive. Kids, remember that. Remember you heard that from Uncle Tim. Fellas, for my nephews out there, if a dude, he got two women with him, just randomly walks up and says, hey, you want to kick it with us? Nah. Nah, they're trying to get you to buy the drugs. At the very least, they're trying to get you to buy the drugs and the drinks. Or they're going to rob you for something. Nah. Ulterior one. Nope, don't trust it. Don't trust it. Kevin, I have had people lose respect for me for things I did when I was drunk. I handle it the only way I can handle it. Like I just have to accept it, you know. Sometimes you have to put your big boy pants on and just understand you've ruined something. You messed something up. That person lost respect for you. Maybe you can get it back, maybe not. Like we do stuff, we have to pay the price. Accountability. I got drunk. I chose to get drunk. I did some things. Someone who used to have respect for me doesn't anymore. And they might not ever have it for me again. There's nothing, there's no real way. I mean, you can go to them and try to apologize, things of that nature, but it falls on them, you know, to respect you again or not. And a lot of times they don't. So you just have to deal with it, you know. You just have to wear it. Take that L. It hurts. It sucks. But like, we did it. I did it. You know, sometimes life just gotta be like, yeah, I did it. I got to pay the price. No way around it. I can cry and whatever. No, I did it. I got to pay the price, you know. Yeah, Bob, you made a proper decision. Mm-hmm. Pew, this is much deeper, yet kind of in the same vein of the last question. It is a horrible thing to have a best friend die, a really good friend die, and know you'll never see them again in this life. I don't think there's anything you can do other than just take it day by day. And like, there are just some things in life that there's no quick fix for. There's no hack, you know. Yeah, it's some things are very, very painful. Um, Loss of a loved one, you know, loss of a good friend, heartbreak, and we just have to go through them. There's no way to handle it. There's really no way to deal with it. You know, like it's just some things we just have to go through it. It's part of the human condition. And over time it does get better, which is that's part of the human condition too. Is we learn to, you know, cope, I guess, with time. But like time is really the only answer. Over time things aren't as painful, but like you said, there's people die and in this existence we'll never see them again. But the day comes where it doesn't hurt. You don't miss them less, but it doesn't hurt as much to miss them, I think. But yeah, that's one of those things as humans we have to contend with. We go away, you know. But I firmly believe the people I love the most in this life, we will meet again. And I think a lot of them we met before, and this was me seeing them again. So I think in some realm, some dimension, some existence, the friends I've lost will meet again, and some of them I lost in circumstances that weren't ideal. I hope in the next existence maybe they don't struggle with the same stuff, you know, or aren't in the same situation. So I have that to look forward to, you know. That was a deep question. I mean, healing daily. If it's someone like I would try to get the respect back, but you can't make someone respect you. That's why people will be like, "Would you rather be feared or respected?" I'm like, "Respected." You could make somebody fear you. You can't make somebody respect you. Respect means something. If somebody fears you, the moment you're not looking, they don't care. If someone respects you, you know what I mean? Like if you don't want somebody, if you want someone to not do something, right? If they fear you, the moment they realize you can't see them, they're doing it. If somebody respects you and they ask you not to do something, you won't do it. Nah, like my parents. My parents ain't got to be around these days. When I was a kid, it's a little different. You're a kid, but as an adult, I know there's something my parents don't like. I'm not doing it no matter what. You know what I mean? I respect mine. I never do that. So like respect is something that has to be earned and like freely given. If someone loses respect for you, you can apologize and like you can try to change your behavior, but you can't make them ever respect you again. If they choose to, cool. But like, or they might have used to respect you on, at like a 98%. They might respect you at like 30% now. So yeah, you do what you can do, but I would always go into it realizing I can't make this person respect me again. If they choose to, wonderful. But I messed up. You know. Yeah, I don't know where Praveen is today. He might come in later. Watching about three and a half speed. Joy Riffick, great question. Said I have an absent parent that only reaches out when it benefits them. I'm an adult, so I don't need the relationship, but it upsets me when they reach out. What to do? This is a hard one because I feel like you want to be a good family member, but I've been in a similar situation. I would have the conversation. Hey, it seems like you only reach out when you need something. I'm trying to be, a good child, good family member, and have you in my life. But if this is not benefiting me, so if this is going to be our relationship, I might not answer the phone. If this is going to be it, if you're only reaching out when you need something and it's bothering me and it's keeping me from being able to work through this, next when you reach out, I might not answer. You know what I mean? And even though that might feel weird, I think it's within your right to just be like, hey, I can't keep taking the energy and just like the upset that comes you talking to me every time you feel like it. Because keep in mind, they're older than you. They're the parent, so they should know better than you, right? So I know a lot of times we're like, well, I want to do the right thing, and that's commendable. But I think and not saying you're there at this point, but there can come a time when you just have to realize like this is not beneficial for me, so I got to stop it, or at least have the conversation of like I'm about to stop this relationship this way if it doesn't get better because it's only bringing me down. And maybe after a few years of separation, not dealing with you, I might have worked through it, but you have to do you. It's to no one's benefit if it continues the way it's continuing and this person stays just being, egotistical and only reaching out when they need something and you stay getting upset. Whose benefit? Once again, don't, this is just my opinion, but I'm like, sometimes I think it's okay to fall back for a while and realize you're not doing it because you're a bad child, or they were the ones who were like, they're the ones who are supposed to be there for you. Parents supposed to be there for kids. And the kids learn from that example and they're there for the parents. But if the parent ain't being there for the kid, then like, and the parent's upsetting the adult child, like sometimes you got to pull back. That's just my opinion. Other people will probably say different, But I mean, I would try to have the conversation if it's someone you can have a conversation like that with, but just be like, bro, like, this is not benefiting me, and I'm not going to continue to let you upset me and mess up my life more because you want something. I still love you or whatever, but like we're not playing. I can't. Sometimes we got to do what's best for us, even if it feels weird or we think it might hurt somebody. But a lot of times they're the ones who are doing the hurting. And it's our good nature and our wanting to do the right thing that allows them to keep doing it. Sometimes you got to say no, like I'm not doing it. You know, not always easy to do, but like I think sometimes it's the right thing to do. Hila Daily backing off for the next 5 years. Yeah, sometimes you got to back off, and like sometimes the people learn from that because there's a lot of people who everybody in their life just kind of like puts up with them, so they never learn. Sometimes someone has to come along and be like, "No, I'm not putting up with your stuff. Like you gonna either tighten up or well, we ain't gonna talk." And sometimes some people it doesn't work, but some people it's like, "Oh man, wait a second, maybe I have been an a-hole," you know. I can answer this one, Kevin, because I was the only person um, near the end there who drank too much. My family aren't big drinkers, so um, I'm gonna be real on this, Kevin. Um, and you could probably hear it in a lot of my answers. I keep bringing up the word accountability, um, and I'm just going to non-sugarcoat it. The people in your life don't have to understand. It's not their problem. You know, you mean like I'm big on the accountability part of addiction. Yes, addiction sucks. Yes, it's hard, but it was me who made me an addict. It was me who drank too much. So I can't turn around and be like, nobody in my family understands me. They don't have to. They're not drunks. They can't. Like, you know what I mean? If they haven't been there, they can't understand. And yeah, it does make the shame worse, but like that's what comes with drinking. You know what I mean? Like that's what like there's consequences to actions in life. There's consequences. So we go out here drinking and acting crazy. There's shame. There's people who won't understand. And there's no like magic fix to fix that. Like sometimes you just have to put your big boy pants on and take it, accept it. This is what comes of my actions. I was the one who did it. Now you can change it and you can work on it, and then you can come back to the family and say, "Hey, I'm sober now. Sorry about all the craziness." But like, there's like they don't have to understand it. We don't need to try to come up with a way to make them understand it. They're not struggling with that. Now we like to think people can be as empathetic as they can be, but like there's no magic formula to stop the shame. You should feel ashamed. I'm glad I felt ashamed. The shame was one of the things that helped me because the shame ultimately made me say, I can't do this. I can't take the shame. So like there's no way to fix that, solve that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like we always kind of how do I handle this? How do I do? Sometimes you just have to wear it. You got drunk, did something crazy at the family reunion. Everybody's mad at you. You just gotta wear it. There's shame I'm still wearing, and I ain't drinking 6 years. I'm gonna wear it until the day I die of things I did drunk. It's the price you pay. But you can channel that shame and that remorse and that guilt into like sobriety. And then the biggest thing you can do is not drink again. But up until that, there's no way around it. Like, and we sometimes try to like blame them. Oh, y'all just don't get it. They don't have to get it. We're the ones with the problem. So yeah, I just think we can channel that shame into something positive. Yeah, accountability is big. Gary Vee has been talking about that for years, and um, after listening to him, I really started working on it, and like, yeah, it's me. So, it's me. I be messing up. It's my little bit, like, you know, sometimes we just have to sit with the fact that it's us who messed up. And everything that comes with that, we have to deal with. When we're looking for fixes and ways around it and other people to blame, we're not going to solve the problem. But when it's just like, hey, it's me. I did it. I got to take this L. Hard sometimes. Hard taking them L's. L stands for loss. It's hard taking them losses sometimes. But like, I mean, that's what adults do, right? You know what I mean? Acceptance is freeing. Facts. Hey, walks with Willis. I quit my job in late March. Still haven't found work yet, but I have free will. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, wisdom. About to hit 4 years next month. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. You were a fun drunk. I was too up until about beer number 7, number 8, no, about beer number 12. Then I became angry drunk. Now you're the driver. Okay, okay. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. You can apologize, things like that, but there's some things there's no fix. Oh, I wish there was, but some stuff is just like, this is why people told me not to drink, and I didn't listen. So okay, all right. How about you? Was it if I had one, I had 15 facts. We ain't out here drinking for the taste. We drinking to get drunk. Let's go. I'm drinking till I physically have no more alcohol to drink or I pass out. That was me. People, I'll just have a couple drinks and stop. Why did you even have a couple? I never understood that. I mean, I get it, but I never understood it. Like, why would I have 2 beer and stop? I might as well have none. If I'm gonna drink beer, we're gonna drink beer, which is why I had to quit because it was a problem. Yeah, it's just, I don't, I just, this is what we did. Like, I don't know, I'm an extremist when it comes to alcohol, so I had to go the other extreme and stop totally. Some people can cut back. I respect it. Moderation, I respect it. I can't. So we just don't drink no more. I mean, it's talking about the accountability. I mean, think about the people who sadly get drunk and like drive and hit somebody and hurt them. It's that same like accountability. Like, dang, it was me. There's no way to apologize out of that. There's no way to, you know what I mean? People might eventually forgive you, but you know what I mean? Like some things happen sometimes, and I feel so blessed that nothing like that had happened with me. I'm surprised, but you know what I mean? Like it's things happen, and we have to take it on the chin. That's why I be trying to live my life and not get involved in nothing these days, because I don't want to take no more else. Where did that urge come from? I don't know, Joy. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think some things in life can be analyzed and figured out, and I think some things just are what they are. I think it just might be in my genetics. Like I like alcohol. You know what I mean? It's just like all of us have substances or foods we just really like. Like there's some people, if you put ice cream in front of them, they're going to eat all said ice cream. That was 8 gallons of Rocky Road, Sarah. And she's like, I know, but like it was here. You know what I mean? It's like all of us have things that we just really enjoy and we will take to the excess. And I don't think it always, like no one asked that about like ice cream. Why'd you eat 2 buckets ice cream? I just wanted 2 buckets ice cream. Why did you eat all the potato chips? It's like, so I think sometimes with drinking, there isn't always some deep, dark thing in the past or something we need to work through or that. Sometimes people just like alcohol. People just like being drunk. I just really liked being drunk. It was fun, you know. So yeah, that's my thing. It's like I don't think there's always something that like in your childhood that made you do what you do. I think sometimes you just really like, banana splits. Some people, people who drink soda constantly. Some people just really like soda. No one's ever like, what happened to you in your childhood that makes you like mellow yellow, right? Some people just like mellow yellow. It's sugary. Some people do have stuff, but I don't think everything has something we can analyze. And sometimes I just like being drunk. It was fun. You know? Yeah, Kevin, I can tell from your comments that it's not fun no more. I can tell. I can tell you getting there. The shame, the guilt is starting to add up. Yeah. A couple more times and you'll be like, no, I'm good. And like I said, that's good. It sucks, but like that is good because that type stuff is the stuff that makes you is right in an hour again. I tell you, right about an hour it starts messing up. But those are the type of things that makes you be like, nah, because you remember that. It's weird. Almost wrecking my car, nah. Putting my car in the ditch, having to borrow money from my mom to get it out of the impound. Could have went to jail if they'd found me in it. I ran, but that type of stuff, I was back drinking next weekend. Didn't care. All the craziness, even going to jail. Started drinking again eventually. All that stuff. But boy, when that shame and guilt starts building up and you can't look yourself in the mirror no more, and you don't feel like you're fully living up to being the man you could be, and you look at good examples, I could look at my dad and he's a wonderful example of a positive male role model, and I wasn't following his footsteps. That'll shut you down. That's that type of stuff that you like, nah, I'm good. Nah. All the other stuff, yeah, whatever. I'm drinking again. But that when you can't square it up with yourself, hard pill to swallow. That'll help. That'll get you sober. What up for me? Good to see you. Someone was just asking about you. Alvin Anthony's inside Subway eating meatball sandwich. Okay. Rolando. Nah, I haven't been high in forever. In the past couple times, it didn't. It now. I never was a big weed smoker, so once I stopped drinking, it kind of was no point. So nah. For me, I don't know. We just gonna keep going. I don't know what this internet's gonna do, but yeah, we're gonna keep streaming. I don't know how long. Damn, that's crazy, Wizard. Yeah, it'd be that way sometime. Dan Jam, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Said, I hope the planets all know the math of what it is that keeps them on their path. I don't know. I hope so. You've said that a couple times. I don't know what song that's from or if you came up with that, but I respect that. Okay. I respect that. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, continue support. Thank you. I'm trying to get the sun starting to angle, so I'm trying to get Gratitude Gorilla in the show. Well, actually, I wonder if we can do this. Hold on. That didn't help much. Let's see what that did. Oh, that's actually better, sort of ish. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Giselle, I think when we get a certain age, we have the right to tell anybody, like, nah, you're not going to treat me this way, disrespect me this way. Yeah, I don't care what title position you have. Like, I don't, when I was a kid, maybe I had to accept it because you was feeding me, but I'm grown now, so yeah, I don't have to take that. And a lot of people will continue to take it, but people, whatever you take, people will give, will keep giving, especially when it's negative. So yeah, I think you get to a certain point. Yeah, you have the right to just like, I'm not going to be treated that way. F Doctor, Gratitude Gorilla is not mine. It's. Do I still have the link in the? It's one of Gary V's. If you go to shopvfriends.com, like, it's one of Gary V's intellectual properties. He has like 100 characters. Accountable Ant, Gratitude Gorilla, Flex and Fox. Like he has 100 of them plus. So it's not mine. It's Gary V's, Gary Vaynerchuk. Ricky, I drink more than the average person, but I don't know how high my tolerance was because I would get pretty drunk. So I would say I had a high tolerance. I just drank. Thought today was Tuesday, Praveen. Uh-oh. What up, Simply After Black Life? I never can get your name out without butchering a part of it. You know. Good to see you as always. Yeah, it'd be nice if they sponsor me one day. I don't think they need. I don't think they're doing sponsorships because they're. Dude, I remember the VFriends cards. You could get a box of 13 packs. I think they got 4 cards in each pack, something like that, for like $150. And I told people I didn't, my funds wasn't funding like that at the time, but I was telling people jump on those. Now one pack is selling for like $40-50. Before you could get 13 packs for $150. Now one pack is $40. I told people back the truck up. These things are going to be big. Nobody listens. I think there's still time to, I made a couple plays here and there with it, but if I had the disposable income, yeah, I'd be buying VFriend stuff and holding on to it like crazy. Sonia, okay, yeah. Sonia, okay, I got you. Sonia, okay, got you. Yeah. VFriends is gonna be. He's got cartoon. It's gonna be big. NFTs. It's gonna be. He said this is life's work from now on, so I think it'll be a household name soon. Oh, Wizard, I wouldn't say I eat healthy. I'm trying to eat healthier. For example, I try not to eat anything that's set on a shelf, I mess up sometimes when I eat my nachos and cheese, but I try to eat stuff that's been cooked to that day. I try not to microwave anything unless I'm warming something up. Like that is one area. And I know to a lot of people that like, you can't call that eating healthy. It's healthier, So I try to only eat stuff that was like cooked today, as opposed to like, before it was microwaving everything and, frozen dinners and, all this stuff on the shelf. I try to eat stuff off the shelf anymore, preservatives and all that now. Lily, I've thought about it. And that's something we might pursue in the future. But I would just want, like I said, I don't want to sell something just to sell something. I want it to, like, if I got shirts, I want it to mean something. I want when you buy it and wear it, I want people to be like, what does that mean? And then you hit them with something that maybe can help them. That's to me, that's the point of merch. Not just to make money, but to like help spread the message. So, Oh, that's a Jesse Wells tune, Dan Jim? Okay. I don't even know who that is. Yes. My skincare routine, I don't really have one. AJ, I will say this. One of my OGs when I was a younger man. I was probably about 15. He was in his 20s. And I'd never really thought about this, but he told me this. He was like, when you lotion your hands, always lotion your face. He told me I was like 15. He was like, when you lotion your hands, always lotion your face. And I've done that since then. Sometimes but a lot of times especially if I got a baldy, I'll, but a lot of definitely I'm in here with it. But he told me that years ago. It's like, always lotion your face and you'll look young. He told me that. And I forgot about that. And then the other day I was like, you know what? I have been lotioning my face, for like 30 years now. So maybe, I don't know. But I appreciate that compliment. Thank you. Victory, yeah. When I went to Portland time before, not this time, but last time, I stayed in a different area. And I was on the bus and the train in that area, and it wasn't. But this time, I stayed like southeast, like the Hawthorne area, and it's a vibe over there. It's really cool. It's really cool. So I enjoyed it. Have you ever been chunky or fat? No. I have a hyper metabolism. I can't get chunky. I wish I could. But yeah, when I drink, I would have a beer belly, but like I still was skinny. So you couldn't tell. I would tell people, like, I got a gut. They're like, no, you don't. You're skinny. I'm like, bro, if your gut is bigger than the rest of you, it's a gut. Even if it's a skinny, you still have a skinny frame, you know? So yeah, this isn't my merch. No. This is V Friends. V Friends. Oh, yeah, that's not mine. No. Oh, thank you, Lily. I'm gonna hold you to that. No. All y'all need to buy a shirt and a book. I'm gonna get merch and totally change. Buy my merch. No, I'm joking. I would never do that. But yeah, just you want it to mean something. Everyone say one, two. Okay. I give me a couple days. That's all I'm gonna say. Give me a couple days. I'll have a question for y'all. Y'all see it. Thank you for the input. I was kind of thinking along the same lines too. Pew, you've been on a chicken wing craze? Okay. Haven't ate fruit or vegetable in a month. Oh, I'm not that bad. But hey, chicken wings are good. Monique, what up? Moisture is your friend. Facts. Wizard, y'all know me. I don't like to compare. Seattle's a vibe. I like Seattle for Seattle. I like Portland for Portland. I would say if I had to live in one of the two, I don't know. The good parts of Seattle, I think I kind of resonate with more. The good parts of Portland, I think I resonate with more. But there's also the other part of Portland. Whereas Seattle is like more expensive, and I don't know if I resonate as much with the vibe, but like I feel like overall, I don't know. They both got their thing. Exactly, Kevin. Womb to tomb is there's nothing to do. It doesn't mean don't try and go after the things you want to do, but there's like nothing you have to do. Like you just gotta get from womb to tomb, and they're both taken care of for you. I love it. How are they different? Seattle is well. I'll say I like about Portland. Portland is weird, so I do like that because I'm kind of weird. Seattle isn't as weird, but it's still got that Pacific Northwest vibe kind of. I'm not good at describing places. I just bet it's a vibe. Its vibe was vibing. You got to be there. That's what I say. Visit them both, and you'll see. You know me. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe Portland be Portland. And did you know I was watching a vlog yesterday? Bainbridge Island, right across the water from Seattle, 30-minute ferry ride. I went there last time I was in Seattle. Is the birthplace of pickleball. I was there and I didn't know that. I was in the birthplace of pickleball. Did not know that. I enjoy watching Anna Bright play pickleball. I don't have favorites. If I did, I would say she's my favorite pickleball player. But she's the pickleball player I watch the most. So I like pickleball. I did not know that the sport, an athlete I really like watching, originated. I was there. So I got to go back and take pictures of the pickleball home signs or whatever plaques they got up. Anyway. Okay, Chantel hung the magnetic screen door after about 3 hours trying to figure it out. Okay. How do you navigate getting sober for yourself after you already damaged relationships? You know those people won't be around to see your growth because the relationship ended. I think you said it. You do it for yourself. Like, it'd be nice if we go back and show all the people that, we had issues with because of our drinking that we're sober now. But even if we can, it's still great for our own life, And a lot of those people, one day, they probably will find out. There's no secrets now with the internet. But yeah, I mean, you do it for yourself ultimately, and for future relationships. Yeah, I like pickleball. Pickleball's fun to watch. I like saying pickleball, 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 pickleball. Okay, pickleball. I'm stopping. Okay. Stay away from liquor stores. I can go in the liquor store without a problem. When I was in San Diego, I was buying chicken wings out the liquor store. It don't bother me at all. I go up and down the alcohol aisle, in and out the liquor store. Hey, what do you want to drink? I said, I'm just coming for the wings. Might get a kombucha. They had kombucha there too. I said, I'm gonna get a kombucha, some chicken wings. You can keep that liquor. I'm allergic to it. You can keep the liquor. It don't bother me at all. Does not bother me at all. You could put 20 bottles of liquor in this room. There'd be 20 when you came back. Like it would not even, hashtag blessed. Wasn't always that way. Was not that way. But yeah, blessed. I wish there was a way I could invest in pickleball. Gary Vee owns part of the pickleball team. Yeah, there'll be money in pickleball. Three hours. Okay, see, I don't play pickleball. No, for me, I don't do sports. I just watch sports. I watch people play sports. I watch people play video games. I don't actually play. Did I? I don't think I did. Did I do a video from a liquor store aisle one time? Years and years and years ago, I think I might have. Did I? And I was like, this is something I used to couldn't do. I think I did. I think I might have done a short or something years ago. I was like, I used to couldn't do this, but now I can. I think I might have. That rings a faint bell. That tingles a faint bell. Oh, you prefer Seattle? Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean, if I was dating somebody, it may not come up first thing, but I mean, I'm sure eventually, you know, my past will come up, and I'll be telling stories. I'll probably, oh, that was back when I was drinking, But I'm definitely not one of those people who feels the need on like a first date to be like, by the way, I'm sober now. Blah, 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 blah. I don't look at it that way. Like I just like I don't drink. And if we keep, and if they say why not, I just say I used to drink. It didn't agree with me. And then if we keep drinking, if we keep dating, excuse me, I'm sure the stories will come out. But I don't feel any obligation to, because it's not a part of my life anymore. If I had just quit drinking 2 months ago, maybe, but like it's not a part of my life anymore. So like I don't feel the obligation to go into the whole backstory until like, it comes up, you know. Oh, Comfort Zone Chris, Ricky. It was Comfort Zone Chris. Yeah. Would I date a drinker? Would I date someone who drinks alcohol? Yes. Would I date someone who's like a drinker? Probably not, just because I don't know if I'm interested in going down that road again. But yeah, if she like drank alcohol, I don't care. Drink, do what you want. But like if she was like a drinker and like partying or had a problem with it, I just don't know if I'm trying to go down that road again. Not to mention I just don't like that. That would be a big thing we didn't have in common. But yeah, just someone who drinks alcohol, like I don't care. Now, someone who smokes cigarettes, probably not. But yeah, just because you drink, that's not a deal breaker. I'm not going to impose like I just can't drink. I don't care if other people drink. Perry, you gonna take Amtrak to Pittsburgh this summer? Okay. You already bought the ticket. You know. Miss Underhill. Yeah, yeah. Bainbridge Island, that little ferry, the little vibe. It was fun. That does kind of ring a bell, Pew. Yeah, that does kind of ring a bell. Now, I didn't play sports in high school. Mom wouldn't let me. So, not that I would have made the team. I probably could have went. I probably could have made the track team. I could run, but that's one sport I kind of wish I could have pursued. But mom had her reasons, so Lily, I wouldn't say I'm on vacation from work. I'm just not working at a 9 to 5. Yeah, I think we'll word it that way. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Omanika. Yeah, I have nothing against dating a woman who drinks alcohol. Like I don't care. Like she have a couple drinks. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Santana, what up? Takesha, what up? Yeah, that's why I say soul. Like, yeah, the deeper stuff about my life, we're gonna save that until we get to know each other. Um, but yeah, I don't think I've been to Philadelphia. No, no, I don't think I've been to Philly. No. Would I join a run club? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know if running's my thing. I'll join a walk club. I'll walk with you, but as soon as it breaks out into a jog, I'm done. As soon as it ramps up to a brisk jog, I'm going to go sit down. You know. Jacob, I worked in the Huntley and Shoshone hotels in Big Sky. Bonzi from back in the day. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Uh, Kevin, that is one of the things when I first meet somebody, I don't like to tell them about my YouTube channel because I don't want them to know things about me that I didn't tell them. But like once we started like dating or whatever, honestly, like very few people involved in your life care to watch your YouTube channel. Your friends don't care, your family don't care, your mate ain't gonna care. Like when she's in the beginning, they might want to learn stuff about you, but after a while, no one they'll watch a video here and there. But yeah, that's why I don't like saying I have a YouTube channel when I'm meeting women because like in the beginning, I want everything she knows about me to hear from me. And it does kind of suck that like if they find out you got a channel, especially someone with as much content as me, they can just sit there and know everything, you know. And then I, don't get to tell her, So yeah, I don't. I prefer for people not to know until we've talked for a while. Don't think I've been to Boston. Yeah, the Northeast, I got to do a lot of work on lately. I haven't been to a lot of places there. Ah, healing daily. Interesting. Yeah. Tell people you're a therapist. They think you're going to psychoanalyze who you did there. Have it all figured out. Good point. Good point. I haven't worked on Island before, Lily. No, I don't think I have. Good luck at the new job. Good luck at the new job. Nice, nice. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Yeah, I've never been to Philly, been to Boston. I got to get up to that part of the country. I'll be on this side of the map. I'll be on this side of the map too much. I gotta get back over there, you know, to the east for a little bit just to visit. Then I'm gonna come back over here. Yeah, I think working on island would be a vibe. That would be a vibe. Now you got me wondering about that short. I gotta find it. I think I did make that short about. I couldn't do this a year ago or a couple years ago. Or maybe I just talked to. Now I'm curious. Now I'm gonna be going through all my shorts. Take me 3 hours. Try to find it. Like maybe I mean that happens a lot. I'm like, did I make that video or did I just? Because I go over videos in my head. So sometimes I'm like, did I actually do that in like 2022 or was I just planning on doing it? You know, happens a lot. I'm bad about that with my friends too. Like I'll be thinking about telling somebody something, and then when I talk to them, I'm like, "Hey, did I already tell you this, or was I just planning on telling you?" They're like, "Well, I don't know because you haven't said anything." I'll literally be like, "Wait a second, did I tell you this?" And they're like, "Well, you have to tell me for me to know if you told me." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is a good point. That is a valid point, sir, ma'am." Oh, Chantel's still putting up that magnetic screen. I think he's better off with the old one. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Kevin, I have videos saved on laptops. I've got videos in my phone. I've got memory sticks. I've got external hard drives. I've got Dropbox. Like I've got videos everywhere. I've been doing this and I've got a ton that are lost to history, the annals of history. Yeah, I'm making videos for ever. So, they're all over the place. Yeah. I mean, most of them I consign myself to the fact that like they're gone, because in the beginning you don't think to save them. So there's a lot of videos in the beginning, like once I uploaded them, and a lot of them are still on YouTube, yes, but some of them, if I deleted it from YouTube and then delete, like, oh man, that video's gone forever. That was good footage, but you just don't think in the beginning that you'll care. But yes, especially some of the beginning stuff is the stuff that like I would love to see now, but a lot of those videos are gone sadly. But yeah, I got stuff everywhere. The hard part is figuring out what's on what. Because man, I want to, when I do edit sometimes, like man, it'd be cool to clip that one, like a lot of the B-roll. I got lots of B-roll that's not on YouTube. I just took B-roll, and I save a lot of that. But it's figuring out where it's at and going through 600 videos to try to find a 30-second clip of the river in Chicago. Is so I mean sometimes I do, sometimes I will. So that's the behind the scenes stuff that like you're like, why? What did I do for 4 hours today? I was like, oh, I was looking for 3 clips for a video. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's what I do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to jump off. I think we're going about 2.5, a little over 2.5 hours. I think that's a good stream. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to enjoy my chicken wings. Shout out to the Super Chat squad who helped pay for those. Enjoy the rest of my greasy pizza and probably just chill out. A couple other things I got to do tonight, but probably just going to just chill out. But I'm so happy we had the chance to get together. I know for some of y'all it's pretty late. I keep forgetting I'm all the way on the West Coast time. Praveen coming through. One last super chat. Thank you, Praveen. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Sorry, the absurdist. You just got here. We're jumping off, but you know me, you know us, this community. We will be back together soon. Might be at a weird hour next time I come on, but we'll be back together soon. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to talk. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this stream. I think she's gone now, but shout out to Angela, world's best moderator. Shout out to the Super Chat squad who always comes through and shows love, shows abundance. Thank y'all. Shout out to everybody who comes through and is just a part of the community, the lurkers, the usual suspects, the thumbs uppers, all the womb to tubers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all choosing this channel and this community to be a part of. That means a lot because like y'all make the community. turn the camera on. So thank y'all for being here. Have an amazing rest of your night, an amazing rest of your day, depending on what part of the world you're in. I love y'all, and we'll talk again soon.